Episode 56, 15 September 15th, 2024. Kenya reports world dirty air cut some lifespans by 2.7 years. In episode 56-15, 1 United States, 2 California, 3 Colorado, 4 Connecticut, 5 Idaho, 6 Maine, 7 Michigan, 8 Minnesota, 9 New Mexico, 10 New York, 11 North Carolina, 12 Ohio, 13 Oregon, 14 South Dakota, 15 Wisconsin, 16 Wyoming, 17 Brazil, 18 United Kingdom, 19 Kenya, 20 India, 21 PM, 2.5 in human health. Main content. 1A United States. Electric fireplaces instead of wood-burning fireplaces. 6 best electric fireplace heaters to keep warm in 2024. Mindbodygreen, typically, they produce almost no pollutants. In comparison, gas and wood-burning fireplaces produce combustion and gases and fumes, which are 1B United States. Evaluating emissions and air quality implications of residential waste incineration. Nature. Multiple studies have reported that wood burning for residential heating during the winter season is a significant contributor to particulate matter. The addition of waste to wood fuel altered the morphology of emitted particles. While waste burning doesn't always increase particle quantity, 1C states, wildfire smoke linked to thousands of premature deaths every year. Here's why and how to. Yahoo. Health risks. Decades of air pollution research have shown how exposure to fine particulate matter, or PM 2.5, can harm a person's long-term health. 2A California, Los Angeles. Wrightwood stunned by bridge fire destruction. Never believed it would happen. Los Angeles Times. Burned wood swirled through the air. Strong westerly. 2B California. Late-season wildfires wreak havoc across U.S. west the hill. Californians of color face air pollution disparities. Exposure to fine particulate matter PM 2.5 from cars, trucks, and other automobiles has plunged. 2C California San Bernardino. Q&A. Experts discuss ongoing atmospheric effects of San Bernardino fires on southern. Phys.org. A small fraction of turns in particulate matter with particle sizes of less than 2.5 micron in diameter, or PM 2.52D California. RAWSEP View. Can we get Alanis Morrisette to comment on this? Is it not ironic? Ironically juxtaposed stories. One story about a wood-burning wildfire that forces thousands to evacuate in order to find a place with clean air to breathe juxtaposed against a second story at the same URL about unnecessarily using a wood stove to bake bread which embeds wood slivers and dirt-like substances that are only found usually on kitchen floors into ordinary bread with ordinarily clean ingredients, which seems to be promoting air polluting wood burning. From the article, thousands evacuate as wildfires rage across northern and southern California. YouTube. Firefighters extinguishing fires on burning homes. Baking bread on a barrel over wood fire. RAWSEP View. Another example of irony around California wood-burning wildfires and their air-polluting PM 2.5, which cause the same cascade of human health problems and early deaths as the PM 2.5 from wood stove burning also causes. From the article, incoming front bringing what we need to clear out haze, douse wildfires. YouTube. Traditional Lavash Bread. Baking bread on a barrel over wood fire. California, Los Angeles. RAWSEP View. Can we get Alanis Morrisette to comment on this? Is it not ironic? Ironically juxtaposed stories. One story about refinishing a wood stove which seems to be promoting polluting wood burning, and a second story about charges filed against a suspected arsonist who is suspected of deliberately causing a major California wildfire. Both wood stoves, even when refinished, and wildfires, even when not human-caused, cause health-denying wood smoke PM 2.5 air pollution. From the article, Spalding Academy and Family Services named first Choose Love School in U.S. YouTube, refinishing the wood-burning stove. Charges filed against suspected arsonist. Fox 11 Los Angeles. 3A Colorado. PM 2.5 and mental illness in youth. Wildfire smoke exposure boosts risk of mental illness in youth. CU Boulder, Today University of Colorado Boulder. Some studies show that PM 2.5, particulate matter with a diameter of less than 2.5 micrometers, may be small enough to slip across the blood-brain. 3B Colorado. How to find out what's causing the smoke in the air on hazy Grand Valley days. And landmanblog.com. The green circles on the map show level of fine particulate matter. PM 2.5 is the main air pollutant in smoke. Clicking on the green 3C Colorado Pagosa Springs. Prescribed burns planned for Pagosa Ranger District. The Pagosa Springs Sunday smoke from wildfires and prescribed fires may affect your health. More information on smoke is available at https://cdpheat. Colorado.gov/woodsmokecan for Connecticut Norwalk. Official. Sleeping residents escape Norwalk fire unhurt due to properly installed smoke detectors. Norwalk Hour. Residents of a Boxwood Road home in Norwalk escaped an early morning fire that they were alerted to by working smoke detectors, an official said. 5A Idaho Salt Lake City. Study links wildfire pollution to psychiatric problems in children. KSL TV scientists believe it's because of a tiny particle called PM 2.5, released into the air through fuel and wood burning. The pollutant is so small its study links wildfire pollution to negative mental health impacts in children. KSL.com. KSL News. He said the more PM 2.5 particles are breathed in, the greater the risk your child faces long-term impacts. I think it really kind of underscores the 5B Idaho Salt Lake City. Intermountain health experts bring awareness during poor air quality from wildfire smoke. PR Underground. PM 10 microns and PM 2.5 microns. Ozone, nitrogen-containing toxic gases. The size of the particulate matter is important. Particles larger than 10. A major new study from Hart researchers at Intermountain Health finds that spikes in fine particulate air pollution, PM 2.5, along the Wasatch Front during summer months from local and national wildfires, and during winter months from inversion, are associated with increased healthcare visits by residents for heart attack and unstable chest pain. However, researchers found the risk for each cardiac event differed by each season. 6 Maine, New Hampshire, and Massachusetts. New England could see thick wildfire smoke this week. See Coast Current. Smoke on Thursday and Friday. While the smoke is expected to make the sky look milky, and there may be a smell of wood smoke in the air. According to an article on the WGME website, parts of New England will see significant wildfire smoke on Thursday and Friday. While the smoke is expected to make the sky look milky, and there may be a smell of wood smoke in the air, it is unlikely that the smoke will affect air quality. 7 Michigan. Hot and smoky weather dominate Thursday in West Michigan. WODTV.com, with seasonably cool temperatures this morning will give rise to a wildfire. Smoke is prevalent across the nation and upper-level wind. 8A Minnesota Duluth. Wood Lake Fire in BWCAW grows to 17 acres. Duluth News Tribune. ELY, a wildfire burning in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness grew to 17 acres and remains 0% contained, the U.S. Forest Service said. Small wildfire burning in BWCAW news, weather, and sports from Duluth, Minnesota. Duluth News Tribune. The 3-acre fire on Wood Lake was detected Wednesday morning and is suspected to be caused by humans, who had never. Wood Lake fire burning in BWCAW Quetico Superior Wilderness News. A fire was detected on September 10, 2024, on Wood Lake in the BWCAW. The fire is currently burning 35 acres and suppression is in progress. Fire burns on island in Wood Lake in the BWCAWDIO.com, Wood Lake Fire Superior National Forest. Humidity and light winds helped stall a fire burning in the Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness. 8B, Minnesota Minneapolis St. Paul. Wildfire burning in Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness. Portion of lands closed. Care 11. The U.S. Forest Service said in a press release the fire was detected Tuesday morning on an island on Wood Lake, north of County Road 18. In a social, 8C Minnesota. Fire of up to 5 acres spotted in Minnesota's Boundary Waters. Star Tribune. An aerial view of the forest fire, about 3 to 5 acres in size, discovered Tuesday on an island of Wood Lake, north of County Road 18, according. 9A New Mexico. McQuiston. Steps to protect one's home from wildfire. Los Alamos Daily Post. Woodburning stoves. Clean the surfaces inside your home. Researchers at Colorado State University found that wildfire smoke attaches to carpet, using gas, propane, or woodburning stoves. 9B New Mexico Albuquerque. Cerro Colorado landfill fire. City of Albuquerque. Woodburning is not currently prohibited. However, please consider limiting or avoiding woodburning where possible to help protect our air. As of 4:45 p.m., the fire is contained and the plume of smoke from the fire is no longer visible from the sunport. Woodburning is not currently. 10 New York and Canada. Canadian wildfire smoke is back in New York. The new 96.1 there will be a hazy in the air due to the smoke. Smoke from wildfires wood that has been coated, stained, painted, glued. New York and Canada. Canadian wildfire smoke enters New York. CMAPS Democrat and Chronicle. According to Yale Medicine, the PM 2.5 particles are so small they can pass the usual defense mechanisms of the upper airway and penetrate deep. 11 North Carolina. Charlotte Fire Department gives safety tips on burning yard waste. Fox 47 News. Urban areas allow for recreational fires, and that's just dry season wood such as Charlotte. Charlotte Assistant Fire Chief Tiger Fullerton said. 12 Ohio. Pleasant Township firefighters brace for fire threats during drought. CW Columbus. We see a lot of folks burning cardboard, just general wood and sticks and debris cleanup from their lawn. Those things are. 13 Oregon. Oregon fires bring smoke, haze to the Medhow Valley. Medhow Valley News. They have been cutting up hazard trees felled during firefighting for use as firewood. Some wood is being stacked in slash piles for burning this. 14 South Dakota. Power Dam fire burned 15,00020,000 acres in SD. Still burning. Kelloland.com. According to the Wood Volunteer Fire Department WVFD Facebook post on Saturday, the slurry bombers, firefighters, and hotshot crews are slowly. 15 Wisconsin. 2 wildfires burn in Superior National Forest, closing some BWCA portages and campsites. NPR News. An aerial image of the Wood Lake fire on September 10, 2024, in the Superior National Forest in northern Minnesota. Back USDA Forest Service. Wisconsin. Superior National Forest to close area within the BWCAWDIO.com firefighters. He also stated that beyond the closures for the Wood Lake fire, the Superior National Forest is open to the public and no other. 16 Wyoming. Here's why some Jasper residents are paying to test for contaminants in their homes. Yahoo News Canada. Wood burned. Both chromium and arsenic could come from pressure-treated wood, the wood that is used in decks and sometimes in building materials. Here's why some Jasper residents are paying to test for contaminants in their homes. CBC. Sean says his study did find higher levels of chromium and arsenic in areas of Fort McMurray where large amounts of treated wood burned. Condemned. 17 Brazil. Boa Vista has peaks of unhealthy air in half the year, says INPA Instituto Socioambiental. PM 2.5 inhalable dust particles with a diameter equal to or less than 2.5 microns per g/m superscript 3, the unit of measurement for pollutant concentration. 18A United Kingdom Camden. Climate Emergency Camden on Ed Miliband subsidizing Drax. Ham and high. As hundreds of scientists point out, wood burned for energy emits more carbon up smokestacks than using fossil fuels. They warn that burning wood. RAWSEP View not mentioned in this article is that trees hold their breath as humans do in the presence of PM 2.5, the main emissions pollutant from burning trees, and so burning trees interferes with normal functioning of trees including photosynthesis, which normally exchanges CO2 for oxygen. PM 2.5, the main emissions pollutant from wood burning, is also never mentioned in this article. Wood burning emits 90% PM 2.5 particulates of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lungs, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. From the article, opinion. Climate Emergency Camden on Ed Miliband subsidizing Drax. Biomass Energy Plant Development. Camden Town. Climate Emergency Camden. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to residents against wood smoke emission particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. September 13, 2024. Is UK Energy Secretary Ed Miliband about to approve subsidies to keep Drax, the UK's largest biomass power plant, open beyond 2027, as proposed by the previous government? In 2023, Drax's FTSE 250 owners received at least £539 million, more than £2 million in subsidies every day paid for by UK taxpayers through an extra charge on UK energy bills. These handouts persist even though Drax is the UK's top single CO2 emitter, pumping out nearly 23% of the UK power sector's carbon emissions, while supplying less than 4% of the UK's electricity in 2023. Calls are growing for biomass to be ineligible for subsidies, especially since truly clean, non-emissive renewables, such as solar and wind, compete for the same support. In 2021, more than 500 scientists and economists admonished governments that they must end subsidies for the burning of wood. Earlier this year, the Netherlands ruled out new biomass subsidies and pledging to persuade the EU to follow suit. And in August, more than 40 environmental groups urged Miliband not to grant new biomass subsidies. Contrary to industry spin, biomass is neither carbon neutral nor low carbon. As hundreds of scientists point out, wood burned for energy emits more carbon up smokestacks than using fossil fuels. They warn that burning would increase global warming for decades or centuries, and that growing new trees to absorb those CO2 emissions requires time the world does not have. BBC Panorama and other media investigations reports show that Drax harvests wood from old-growth forests that experts call rare, at risk, and irreplaceable. In the U.S. states of Louisiana and Mississippi, Drax has paid millions of dollars in fines for violating the Clean Air Act. Today, the UK is the world's #1 end user of wood pellets and Europe's top biomass subsidizer. Ask Miliband for a carbon accounting review. 4 tips on making your voice heard. Visit biofuelwatch.org, UK and stopburningtrees.org, climateemergencycamden.org. 18B United Kingdom Gloucestershire. Urgent warning issued to avoid fines of £300 for using your log burner Gloucestershire live. While turning on the wood burning stove may seem like a good idea, it could land you an eye-watering fine very soon if you are not careful. Government 18C United Kingdom Leicester. Log burner warning issued as users this winter could get a £300 fine. Leicestershire live. Leicester Mercury. As a result, many households to consider ways to keep the home warm and cozy. Wood burning stoves may seem like a good way to do so, while avoiding 18D United Kingdom. Wood burning stoves warning after first £300 fine and Icelandic blast. Approaching Yahoo News. UK burning season isn't far away. Last month our research found that nearly 1 in 10 would. United Kingdom. Leicestershire live. Leicester Mercury. In certain areas of England this is because under government regulations, anyone living within a smoke. United Kingdom. Log burner users in these areas of England could get £300 fine. Check the map. The mirror. Smoke they can release from wood burning stoves in a bid to cut down on air pollution. According to the government website, many homes in the United Kingdom, every house with a chimney face fines of £300 from this month under new rules. Chronicle Live. Yahoo Life UK smoke control areas. These rules mean that only some people with a wood burning stove or open fire will pay a fine for using it. Lanks Live. Smoke. You could be reported to. United Kingdom. Homes in England with chimneys could face £300 fines in September as temperatures drop. The Mirror. Smoke. You may be reported to. United Kingdom. MSN. You could be at risk of an eye-watering fine for United Kingdom. MSN. Under government regulations, anyone living within a smoke. 19 Kenya Nairobi. Breathing dirty air cuts some lifespans by 2.7 years, study shows. Excerpts edited by RAWSEP for brevity and clarity in relationship to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, a 501c3 nonprofit organization. Daily Nation. The report shows that 94 countries have set particulate matter PM 2.5 standards, but 37 are not meeting the guidelines. What you need to know. In Nairobi, more than 70% of the city's 5.3 million people live in informal settlements. Analysts say these areas have the worst air quality, with women and children most affected by the polluted air. A recent study shows that air pollution continues to be a major threat to life expectancy around the world, reducing it by an average of almost 2 years. The Air Quality Life Index, AQLI, 2024 report found that the impact of air pollution on life expectancy exceeds that of smoking, heavy drinking, HIV, AIDS, and malnutrition. However, the burden of pollution is not evenly distributed, with people in the most polluted areas losing an average of 2.7 years of life expectancy because they breathe 6 times more polluted air than those in the cleanest regions. The study also shows that although many countries have set national air quality standards, enforcement and compliance remain major challenges. The report shows that 94 countries have set particulate matter, PM, 2.5 standards, but 37 are not meeting the guidelines and 158 countries have no standards at all. Meeting these standards could potentially add 1.2 years to life expectancy. In Central and West Africa, levels of particulate pollution remain high, reducing life expectancy by an average of 1.7 years. In Nairobi, more than 70% of the city's 5.3 million people live in informal settlements. The main sources of air pollution in Nairobi are vehicles, open burning of waste, and industrial emissions. It's estimated that illegal dumping and open burning of waste contribute 25%. The pollution is 4.2 times higher than the World Health Organization's WHO recommended annual average concentration. As a result, 19,000 deaths reported annually in Kenya are linked to poor air quality. The report revealed that meeting WHO guidelines for PM 2.5 pollution could add 1.9 years to the average life expectancy of a person, for a total of 14.9 billion years of lives worldwide. Lowoko at could.nationmedia.com 20 India. PWD starts hiring anti-smog guns MSN PM 2.5. TNN, 21 APM 2.5 and depression. Interactive effect of air pollution and genetic risk of depression on processing speed by BMC Medicine Biomed Central. Fine particulate matter with a diameter of less than or equal to 2.5 micrometers PM 2.5 has been consistently identified as a major air pollutant that 21B PM 2.5 and infertility. Long-term exposure to air pollution may increase infertility risk in men. In the study, the researchers used Danish National Patient Register data to assess the impact of road traffic noise and fine particulate matter PM 2.5, 21C PM 2.5 and lung cancer. Short-term exposure to air pollution may drive lung cancer in never smokers. ACR journals. Association identified between PM 2.5 exposure and PM 2.5 and lung cancer in never smokers. New study links air pollution to increased lung cancer risk in never smoking women. The University Network. The purpose of our study is to compare the associations between recent versus long-term cumulative PM2.5 exposure in men and women, females with EGFR mutations. Short-term exposure to particulate matter 2.5 PM2.5, a component. 21 dPm 2.5, and mental health. Wildfire smoke exposure linked to mental health issues. Earth.com studies have shown that PM2.5 particulate matter with a diameter of less than 2.5 micrometers is small enough to cross the blood-brain barrier.